Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today I want to talk about warbands and their importance. I want to help you guys prepare for 2nd of June. So get your squad ready and be ready to rumble because we have a lot of grind ahead. Warbands are very important in Diablo Immortal, guys, because we're going to have raids that require 8 players. So you're going to want to know what classes you got to bring in. You don't want to fight with your friends for loot. We have a 4-man activity, so all this will play a very important role in Diablo. But if you want to find out more things about the game, guys, consider subscribing, click on that bell, turn on all notifications to make sure you won't be missing out on any of the future videos. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. What is up, everybody? Today we have Chosen on the channel and we're gonna talk about warbands. Now, Diablo, you can play the game as solo, but it's more of a multiplayer game, right? It's kind of like a social game, so it's better played with a squad, with a warband. So we're gonna have Chosen to walk us a bit through all this and just to get his thoughts on the matter. What's up, buddy? Nice to have you on the channel.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for having me on your channel. I gotta bring you onto mine sometime soon, too.
That's fine. We'll do that as well. We have plenty of time from here on, right? The lunch is near here.
Right.
We only have a few days left. My fingers are burning. You know, I'm so ready to...
I see your Europe squad is getting all filled up and ready to rock.
It is, absolutely. And guys, if you are looking for a clan, you're looking to go ham on the game, you know, we're going to be jumping in to go straight for Immortal. We have servers on USA. We're going to have a clan there as well. Actually, multiple clans there. Multiple clans in Europe. We're going to try to expand everywhere where we have enough people to make clans for. So jump in Discord. The link is in the description down below. Aftershock United for the win, baby. So we have...
Let's go.
We have 6 classes starting directly, right? We have the Barbarians, we have the Crusader, we have the Demon Hunter, the Monk, the Necromancer, and the Wizard. Which one is going to be your class, by the way?
Demon Hunter.
Demon Hunter. So you're going for damage, right? You want to help the team to slaughter bosses and stuff, right? Slay all the enemies.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I was gonna play whatever my warband / group needed, but it ended up working out great because Demon Hunter has always been my main. Rogue was the class I picked in Diablo 1, and then you know, Diablo 3 that I played for thousands of hours. Demon Hunter was my main, and now here I am in Diablo Immortal, and it just kind of worked out based on our group. So I was happy to slide in as the Demon Hunter.
That's awesome stuff. So from what I understood so far, right, from the beta and the alpha, we can have squads of 4 people up to 8 people. That's kind of like mainly for the normal activities. Of course, if we're gonna go dive into Immortals, the raid and everything that's happening there, we can have up to 48 people for the raid, right? And 30 people for the PvP, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
something like that.
Everything is kind of in flux, so I don't want to put myself to exact numbers, but yeah, you got it, you know, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. But basically for the day-to-day sort of gameplay, guys, you're gonna be able to jump in squads of 8 people called the Warband. You're going to be able to do the Heliquary raids like that. And you're going to have your normal squad of 4 people that are kind of like grinding the game daily, you know, together. You're going to do your dungeons. You're going to do your campaign progression as well, if you like, because you can squad up pretty early in the game. And we're going to try to kind of like give you guys an idea to help you out a bit to understand what sort of combos you need on your classes, right? Because if you want to progress fast, you want to farm the game fast, be able to beat the dungeons very fast as well, you're gonna need to have kind of like a specific warband, a specific squad in place in order to be able to farm everything fast, right? Chosen, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's important to get the proper synergies, to have the right mix of support and utility and damage. So yeah, there's a few different options of kind of setting things up optimally, and different classes have different strengths and different synergies. So it's important to take advantage of those.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if we're gonna talk briefly a bit about each class, just kind of like a quick brief.
Barbarian is a brawler that's going to have a nice blend of support and damage, and one of the cool features of the Barbarian is it has the Undying Rage ability, so you're going to get that automatic cheat death. It's the only class that kind of has that as a natural ability, so it's going to be amazing for PvP. It turns you into a life-stealing beast after they spend their cooldowns to kill you. So yeah, just kind of your brawling melee class that is kind of a hybrid.
I can already see the PvP, right? And barbarians all over the place, smashing, destroying the game. Honestly, I've seen some gameplay with barbarians. They were absolutely slaying, honestly. Like, insanity how powerful they are for the PvP. And what about the Crusader? Kind of like the scout, right?
Kind of, yeah. They're a little bit more of a supporter. They've got one of the best support abilities in the game with their holy banner, and then one of the best abilities in the game also in drawn quarters. They've got like two of the top five abilities in the game. Makes them extremely mobile and great for nuking down bosses with that banner. And yeah, their job is to kind of use their drawn quarter, their steed, to ride around the map, group up enemies, kind of scout where the team's going to go, group things up, team kills them, and then the satyr ponies forward and keeps going. And they can also hunt people down in PvP. When someone's trying to run away, they jump on their pony, hunt them down, and kind of confirm the kill. So the Crusader is going to be a little bit more of a utility type melee class.
Yeah, it's actually a very powerful class, I would say. Like, it definitely has some very, very strong utility and skills as well, you know? And Demon Hunter, kind of like your class, he deals tons of damage, right? He's the best single target damage dealer in the entire game.
So far, what we know from Reign of Vengeance being so ridiculous, and being able to kind of move and shoot at the same time, and is kind of one of the cool identities of the Demon Hunter. So yeah, your job as a Demon Hunter is to be strong in PvE content and be able to kind of help everybody clear things. It's looking like they might be a little bit tough in PvP, but we still got to kind of learn how the meta shakes out. And I did see some Demon Hunters that were playing pretty well in PvP in the beta.
Yeah, actually one-shotting other people there. Then the monk, more kind of like the crowd control class. I really thought that I'm gonna play monk, but then I kind of changed my mind. So I'm not gonna play monk, by the way. But I really wanted to play monk at the beginning. You know, I have something that puts me a bit off. So how would you describe the monk class, for example?
Yeah, very mobile. And then kind of sets up a lot of combos. You group things up with Cyclone Strike. You exploding palm after getting things set up, or seven-sided strike. They can really, like, their kit on paper is pretty insane. They've got a lot of cool stuff like Inner Sanctuary to reduce the damage that your whole party takes by 50%, and it lasts for almost 10 seconds. Like, insane for PvP and for bosses and stuff if you're able to fight in a certain area. They also have pets and their mystic allies. So a lot of stuff going on with the monk, and they can really kind of be a jack of all trades. They can be a support, a damage, AoE, single target, utility, PvP with their dash, their mobility. So yeah, a lot going on with the monk.
Absolutely, they seem to be pretty cool as a class. And then we have the necromancer, kind of like the all around class, I would say, in my opinion.
Yeah. The cool thing about the Necromancer, obviously, everybody loves the minions. They've got the skeleton army. The skeletal mages are super powerful. You drop them kind of as you move forward, and the skeleton mages will just nuke everything behind you as you're moving forward. So you don't have to worry about going slow and kind of killing everything. They can do some CC with their bone walls. The bone armor buff is great. It protects you and your allies. They're also the only class that can utilize corpses. They can do things like corpse lance and throw enemies that you've killed into other people for damage, or turn their bodies into like a spreading poisonous plague. So the Necromancer is going to be a fan favorite for sure. It's going to be a super cool class.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the most used classes. I think definitely next to the barbarian and the crusader probably. And we have finally the wizard, the living conduit of arcane power, right? A good CC,
Yeah.
a good CC class, and pretty good damage, right?
Yeah, the wizard is one of the ones that we probably understand the least. We're kind of thinking that they are really based on combos. Their meteor that sets enemies on fire, and then it makes them take more damage from all sources. It can be insane. You group up enemies, drop a meteor on them, and now your entire team just nukes everything in that area. They've also got teleport, which is obviously going to be an amazing mobility ability. Some buffs like ice armor. They have a really cool mechanic in like the ice crystal where it like drops this prism, and when you shoot your like laser beam into it, it like splits off into all directions like a laser would in real life. So they've got some cool things going on. The wizard's going to be probably one of the higher skill cap classes though, where everything you do is kind of a combo or a skill shot, and you're kind of squishy, and maybe you have to stand still to channel, so you're not as mobile. So yeah, the wizard's going to be the one I probably understand the least.
Mm. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards the wizard, so hopefully I'll do the right decision, right? Because
Oh, you can play. You can play the wizard.
yeah, that's what I want to play. I think wizard. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
like fitting my
it's gonna be a
my
fun
play
class to
style
play.
more, and I like it. I like it more
Yeah,
than the rest.
it's gonna be super engaging. It's gonna be very fun to play. It's kind of like the opposite of the necromancer. The necromancer, you kind of just run around and hurl corpses and let your minions do stuff. The wizard's gonna be very engaging, and if you're good with the wizard, you're gonna be able to crank out a ton of value.
We can go right here. We have an optimal warband setup, guys, that we've put together here at Aftershock United. So we kind of think that having 2 Crusaders, 2 Demon Hunters, a Barbarian, a Wizard, and a Monk might fit your needs to pretty much beat any bosses, right? I think it's a pretty safe to say that that should do it, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, you're gonna if in a war band of 8, you're gonna want every single class, obviously, because you want your war band, the people you play with the most. You want to be able to test everything. You want to be able to take advantage of good drops that, like, maybe you have a wizard that gets insane drops. You want to be able to take advantage of that, or no matter what class it is. So my goal was to get one of every single class in my war band, and then you've got those 2 flex spots at 7 and 8, and I would go with a melee class and then a ranged class as a part of filling up those last 2. And then if you're trying to be like perfectly optimal based on what we know now, obviously could change as we learn more after launch, but it's looking like you're always going to want a Crusader just because the Holy Banner is so ridiculous and their draw and quarter steed that they jump on is so ridiculous. And then the Demon Hunter having some of the best damage in the game, being able to cast all their abilities and their primary attack firing while they're moving, dropping Rain of Vengeance on the boss and nuking it down in 3 seconds. You're probably going to want a Crusader and Demon Hunter at all times if you have that option.
Absolutely. I think like the Demon Hunter is gonna be a must if you wanna speed run, If you wanna speed farm dungeons, you wanna do whatever, and you wanna do it quick, the Demon Hunter is definitely a must in your setup, But we have warbands of 4 basically, right? So we can't really call them necessarily warbands, but like squads. Let me call them squads. So that
like when you're farming and doing dungeons and challenge rifts and stuff, you'll probably typically be with 4 unless you're doing like a raid or something. Well, I think there is. I didn't get to play the beta, so I'm going off of
well, we know, yeah,
hundreds of hours of research. But yeah, I think there is some content for 8 players.
One thing that we cannot do together is the battlegrounds, kind of like the normal PvP, PvP VE basically. In a way, I feel like it's unfortunate that we cannot play it together, but then I can see crazy powerful squads teaming up and just dominating the game mode, so making it a living hell for the casual players that just wanna go in there and have a bit of fun,
It's a double-edged sword on that one because obviously you want people to be able to play with their friends and stuff. But like I come from like before getting all hyped up for this launch, I played another game competitively in Age of Empires 4, and you could do like 4v4 on Age of Empires 4, and it's like a RTS strategy game. And the problem is you'd have people like me that group up with my friends and we're all on Discord and we're talking perfect strategies and planning things out. And then the other team, sometimes they're just like 4 people that don't even know each other and they just kind of queue up for a match. And then it's really hard for them to compete against me and my friends that are perfectly coordinated. We know each other, we talk strategies, we work together. So you run that risk in Diablo Immortal if you let these like people that are grouped up as 4 and they're on Discord and they're perfectly coordinated, and someone that's just a casual player and is by themselves, that's not really going to be a fair situation. So it's a really hard line to walk for Blizzard on figuring that out.
Yeah, I definitely kind of like agree on it. That's gonna be the main problem there, But we're gonna be able to do other things together in PvP once we reach Immortals, and we have the Shadows now that kind of got evolved even more. We have more things to do there as well, so it'll be pretty interesting. But I feel like just for the daily grind, we gotta do our dungeons, our encounters, and just grind the open world, do all the things that we gotta do on a daily basis. I feel like having the right squad is gonna be important as well, especially if you wanna be farming fast, you wanna be on the leaderboards, you wanna leave a mark on the server, basically. What do you think about that? Do you think having the right classes, even for that, is gonna be pretty important, or not as important as the warbands of 8?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is having one of each, like in your little circle. But I'm sure Blizzard's gonna want every class to have a role. So if there is a class that's doing really bad, they're obviously gonna buff them. So that might even be a fun position to be in, is like knowing your class is about to get buffed, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be the one that's super strong. So that's the main concern is play what you're excited about, play what looks the best to you, and try to make sure you're kind of in a group where you're going to have all these options at your disposal.
Absolutely. So when you're talking about the eight people warbands, you're getting loot, right? So the loot is gonna drop base per class. If you're gonna be 4 barbarians in your class, you're gonna all fight for the loot basically. You know, so you wanna avoid that sort of thing. you definitely don't wanna be having issues over the loot. That's why it's good to kind of like spread around the classes as well, and you're gonna synergize better with your team. You know, it's very important, I think, to play it multiplayer better than solo. You're gaining more experience. It's easier to chain kills, you know, to do combos, so you're getting higher XP when you're just killing trash on the map and stuff. So I feel like you have a lot of benefits from playing in groups. Plus a lot of things you won't be able to do them alone, you know, so you're gonna require to have a squad.
But yeah, you definitely want a group if you can, because you can also fill in the gaps for other people. Like the Crusader might not be that great versus bosses. You get a Crusader and a Demon Hunter together, and now all of a sudden you're covering all the bases and you're kind of flowing.
Definitely, like that's kind of like my take on it too. So definitely looking forward to do it, man. Like we only have a bit left, and yeah, guys, we just kind of wanted to give you an idea on how are the warbands going to play. They do have an important role, so make sure you guys are getting slowly prepared for it. We are kind of like already setting our warbands in place. You know, we're kind of talking with people that we're going to play together with. What class are you picking? So we're trying to fill our gaps as well to make sure we're covering everything, and we're going to be able to beat every content without a struggle, you know, as a warband. Chosen, a pleasure to have you on the channel, brother. Guys, I will be leaving his link in the description down below. Make sure you guys go over and check his channel out, subscribe. Tons of awesome content on his channel, and we'll catch you all soon in the next video.